Here we have the Sony PlayStation Classic, received in Europe, delivered by Amazon. Managed to get it at launch. I've never owned a PlayStation 1, but I've certainly owned a PlayStation 2, though it was the slim version, which kind of suffered from overheating when you played SSX3. Now, there's already been some controversy about the PlayStation Classic, saying that it's basically an ARM emulator for PlayStation, and it's running both a mixture of NTSC and PAL versions of the games, which people have been frustrated about the frame rate. The games on it, Battle Arena Toshinden, Cool Borders 2, Destruction Derby, Final Fantasy VII, notoriously the most famous one and the one that's wanted to be remade, Grand Theft Auto, the original classic Guranga, Intelligent Cube, Jumping Flash, Metal Gear Solid, Mr. Driller, Oddworld Abe's Odyssey, which I remember was actually praised for its audio cues, so people who are hard of seeing have been able to play it, Rayman, Resident Evil Director's Cut, Revelations Persona, R4 Ridge Racer Type 4, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, Siphon Filter, Tekken 3, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, Twisted Metal, and Wild Arms. I've probably played about a quarter of those. So there's not much on the box. Obviously, this is model SCPH 1000R. Each PlayStation that's released has a model like that, and it's got HDMI out. You've got your typical import-export warnings, and there's something for my attention there, but I can't read it. Not quite sure what that's meant to say. You've got a list of contents on the side there. Basically, it's got two controllers, USB-A to USB micro cable, HDMI cable, and the console itself. So I've already got into this once, and we'll get into it again. Got this interesting folding flap mechanism here. Probably just more to accidentally tear apart when you're opening it in a hurry on Christmas Day or otherwise. Yep, definitely nothing else in the box there. The trademark PlayStation type logo. Deciding to notify us that this is the internal carton only, and for sale only in retail packaging. Not quite sure what other packaging there would be for this one. And SCPH1000RK there. We'll open it up. Pretty sturdy considering. Now the instruction manual. Ha! Something I haven't seen for a while. Not many games actually even include these days. Suffice to say, not much else does either. So I've got the PlayStation Classic manual, and also the guarantee. Of course, the wondrous guarantee. Various languages. Where's the English? Usually that one's at the front. Maybe it's under G for GB. Ah, here we go, GB. Thank you for buying this product. We hope you enjoy using it. And then it tells us what the term product means. So basically it's legalese, telling you all about the product and that it's free from defects, etc. And what your rights are with it as well. Interesting that it's got points about you may not claim under this guarantee when the product is damaged as a result of commercial use in conjunction with any unauthorized peripheral, including hard drives, game enhancement devices, adapters, or power supplies. Well, what's its authorized power supply then? Maintenance or attempted maintenance or repair carried out by anyone else. Use of unauthorized software, virus infection. Okay, sure. You may not claim under this guarantee where you own material breach of your software license. Okay. So there's a software license as well. Of course there is. There's software on it, which is interesting in and of itself. We've got a nice guide if we're unsure of what a PlayStation looks like, especially what's on it. Some blurb telling us it has to go to an AC adapter. Points out it's not included. Doesn't necessarily state a type of adapter that it recommends, which is a surprise coming from Sony. Never disassemble or modify the console or accessories. I miss having a decent webcam. Tells you how to start a game, how to switch discs. Basically the open button does that. Maximum rated power is 5 watts. And it tells you its weight. Its weight is important for storing it when selling it, apparently. There's also a website about this, which is rd.playstation.com/psclassic. And then the rest is in a language I don't understand. That's fine. Right. It's so cute. Well, let's look at this baby last. In the rest of the box, so many foldy bits. I remember the PlayStation 2 box was like this as well. It was a bit utterly bonkers. There's the HDMI cable and a classic controller. Now, which one did I already have out? We have the micro USB cable. And a classic controller. Let's sit these back in for now. We know what these look like. It's a controller. The classic controller. Now, fun thing about this is they've gone for the really, really original one. And the 1 and 2 buttons are both the same size. It's a bit of a shame that they haven't gone for the analog ones, because a lot of later games really benefited from it, though not all PlayStation games obviously benefited from it. But I remember playing like Bishi Bashi, and really helped to have them. Now, interestingly, there's a QR code on the USB port for this, and yes, they do connect via USB. I have connected this to a Windows computer, and it is usable as a controller on your computer, which is really nice. They do feel a bit smaller than I remember, but then I'm a bit older, so there you go. And these are SCPH 1000Rs. Now, the device itself. Let's see what's in here. Put that on one side. It's really, really small. It's so cute. And it's not too dissimilar from the original shell. Again, a CPH1000R. Is that an 18 rating? I guess technically it has games on it, so it has to actually say that. Ooh. No, that is not. Oh, that's sneaky. So obviously there's a bit of plastic there. Looks like it's meant to open up, and that's where a bay used to be on the original PlayStation, but isn't on this one. A nice touch. There's the open button, satisfying clicky. Power button and reset button. And your USB controller plugs in just like that. So not a lot to it. However, I want to know what's inside it. So I am going to find out. Oh no, he's breaking the warranty. I don't care. I've yet to see anyone actually open this up. And I am surprised. Why would you want to? Well, what's the hardware inside it? What indeed? Is it just your typical phone hardware? Is it something like a single board computer? Well, it's obviously a single board computer. Oh, where's the flash? Maybe that one's a bit big. Let's use another. I like that you even put the little soft pads on it as well. The other original PlayStation was obviously ridiculously huge in comparison, and I actually opened one up. It doesn't have a lot inside of it. Most of it is power handling. Obviously it plugged directly in the mains. There was no separate block for that one. It kind of gone full circle, it feels. And this one's going back to the original way. I thought in this they would perhaps just have basically a PSP. You know, PSP ran PlayStation 1 games. Turns out that isn't really what they've done. No, always one left. I'm surprised they didn't hide one under the label. And that would have been nice. There's so many times I've heard that people want, for some reason, a portable made into a desktop computer. Alright, so, we've got some kind of shielding thing going on here. Certainly not a heatsink. Obviously what's hard to see here is the kind of silk screen. We've got EPGW, 91KS, NM40, LM11. This is side B, which is pretty curious. Let's see. Got some more screws to remove. Now some people label these so they know which ones go where. I kind of just copy the layout roughly, so I know which one. Now why would I do that? Well, in my experience, sometimes when a screw has gone in and it's gone in at a funny angle, or the thread is slightly off, though they should all be the same, or it brings out a bit of plastic with it, you want it to go back in the same socket, or hole, really. That just makes it easier. Right, oh, that's loose. That front plastic is a bit loose. Okay, that one was loose, that one isn't. Huh. we have some heatsink shrouds on here. Got the buttons. We got some pads here. Those are obviously test pads for making sure that it's okay. Now, what's going on with this? Oh, can I? Is that loose? Is it just thermal paste, or am I going to accidentally decap it? Way. So we got that off, and it's a little thermal pad. I'll just stick that on there. I personally dislike thermal pads, but there you go. Okay. We have a little board. And it looks like these are probably something like RAM here. Well, we've got two of them, and usually there's a RAM comes in pairs. I could be wrong. These seem to be routing around here. That's probably a USB controller chip. I recognise that vaguely. Let me just turn the light on a bit here. Yep. RT. RT55482. So that's there. Sometimes it's an Ethernet chip, as well. So that'd be funny. MediaTek. So there's a whole bunch of vias around here as well. Vias are kind of holes through the board, so you've got a multi-layer printed circuit board. You've got a controller chip here. That'll be power. So that'll be coming in to the power regulator here, and then that'll go off to the other parts of the board. HDMI, obviously, you can tell the data lines are all in parallel and all the set length. Now we have looks like what's probably a programming port here that was soldered, or could be soldered on, either for testing. That'll be for programming this chip. So that looks like probably I would guess at a USB A or Mini B, something like that. That would solder on there, and then you could get onto the chip. Now, the chip itself is MediaTek, a MediaTek ARM processor. Reading it is a little bit tricky. Looks like it's a MT8167A 1833 BZ A8H. And this over here, this will probably be the flash storage, where all the games are stored. SEC 840. So I'll be communicating with there. You got some power regulation, your caps, and that's inside that. So it is a little ARM board. Don't know a lot about the chip at the moment, anyway. But it'd be interesting to see what we could do with it. Looks like there's a possible population here for a chip, and that connects to the Ralink chip. Not sure what that would be. That would be a particular function of that. Either that was done during debugging or testing or similar. And there we have it. The insides of the PlayStation Classic. Hope you have some happy gaming, and maybe we could try connecting up to it and see if we can talk to the chip and the storage and get some more games on it.